This past fall, our SSIR class had the wonderful opportunity to travel to the downtown east side of Vancouver, also known as the poorest neighborhood in Canada. Throughout the semester, we had been reading, discussing, and learning about poverty and the various ways communities try to combat its effects. Our readings and discussions were rich and informational. However, after arriving in Vancouver, we quickly realized that nothing we had done in class could compare to the experiential learning we would do while immersed in the culture, life, and hardships the people in the downtown east side are faced with every day. One of the quintessential things we came to understand while traveling as a class was that if poverty is measured only by finances, then the downtown east side would undeniably be considered an impoverished neighborhood. But if poverty is measured by the depths of community and the outpouring of love, the downtown east side would be considered rich beyond imagination. We believe that there are two groups that we visited with while in Vancouver that highlight what it means to be an organization that follows a working with model of social change to make a difference. Mission Possible and Servant Partners. Mission Possible is an organization that has been walking alongside of people who are victims of poverty and homelessness for over 20 years now. They believe that their work can be summed up by three words: people, purpose, and paycheck. People. When we were in the downtown east side, we visited with Mission Possible twice. The first time was on a Saturday morning. We got to help serve coffee and hot food for those in need. The next time we visited with them, we met with the director of Mission Possible and got to hear about the ways in which they help the people of Vancouver. We learned that they provide assistance in the form of food, clothing, crisis counseling, referrals, and spiritual support. They stress the idea that lifelong change always happens from the inside out and from the bottom up. Purpose. The goal of this organization is to create a renewed sense of dignity and purpose in every individual who seeks help from them. They believe that people who are homeless desire to work, but oftentimes lack opportunity. Mission Possible helps others to help themselves. Paycheck. Ultimately, money is required to get oneself out of poverty and homelessness. Mission Possible works to find flexible but stable jobs for people because a paycheck is a bridge to stability. At the end of our visit, the director of Mission Possible graciously brought us into their community manufacturing warehouse. At this warehouse, we saw the products of hard work done by the individuals in the downtown east side. The people use their talents and skills to sculpt, make pottery, and create all sorts of other crafty and useful pieces of art, which Mission Possible then sells to people, circulating revenue and building up the community from within. Servant Partners is a faith-based organization that operates in over 15 site locations around the world. Their mission is to find Christian-based strategies to help serve those in need. Believing from change from the bottom up, they send, equip, and train individuals who want to share their life with the urban poor and desire to see urban neighborhoods transformed. They see themselves as catalysts for change while emphasizing relationships, flexibility, creativity, and risk-taking in ministry. Of their 6 core values that serve as the foundation for their organization, we personally observed both servanthood and incarnation. Servant Partners defines servanthood as sacrificially serving the urban poor neighbors in concrete ways, and incarnation as contextualizing their lives and message by embracing the local culture and by sharing in their lives and sufferings. As we spent time in the homes of community members with an intern, we had the opportunity to both serve and support them by cooking Thanksgiving dinner, but also by forming relationships through conversation and laughter. As they welcomed and embraced us into their space, we had the opportunity to share life with them and to sympathetically share with their hardships and struggles. Through vulnerability and love, they opened their arms to us, and if only for a short while, they allowed us to be members of their community. We believe that the working with model of social change requires people to sacrificially and selflessly devote their lives to helping others transform their lives. In doing so, others will inevitably be inspired by example. More importantly, lifelong change requires more than just supplying people with their material or physical needs. It requires meeting people where they are, fulfilling a relational and spiritual needs, and of course, a whole lot of devotion.